Okay, trying this again. Hopefully without interruption this time. Hello, I'm Wisemimir, and this is Let's Play Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. This is episode... I've lost track. Last time, something terrible had happened. Students and faculty, please remain calm. There's been a murder on the Academy grounds. What? Please stay where you are and wait for all enforcement to arrive. Damn it, we have to get out of here. I'm afraid that's not possible. The lockdown system protects and locks each room. Am I a little quiet compared to the music? I think I might be. No, balancing is perfect. Yeah, maybe turning me up just a smidge. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Right. We can't leave this room until it's deactivated. Well, we won't know until we try. You run to the entrance and begin frantically pulling on the door's handle. You try to pull it. You try to put all your strength into prying it open, but it doesn't even budge. Tyrion, stop. But Miss Tamora, I know you're worried about her, but there's been a murder. We don't know where the attacker is or if they're still armed. The best thing we can do right now is stay here and wait. I mean, we also don't know who the victim is, which might be a problem. She's right. Damn it. Celeste's hand rests on her sword, her eyes carefully watching the entrance. Well, wow. We've been here for hours and she still hasn't stopped watching the door. She was also able to calm you down earlier. I don't know how, considering she was glaring the whole time, but okay. It's easy to forget sometimes, but she's always reliable when it counts. What? Students and faculty, thank you for your patience. Law enforcement has secured the building. The lockdown has been lifted. Please remain in the building until the headmaster is barely finished with his message before you're out the door. Tyrion? Hey, don't go off on your own. Screw you, screw the rules, I do what I want. Screw the rules, I have money. And that won't be the last time I reference an abridged series in this. No. Miss Tamora. Miss Tamora, where are you? Oh god. You have no idea where you're even going anymore. If I had $1 for every time. You can feel your fear and anxiety rise with every passing moment. Where is she? Cuthbert? What's wrong? Why are you shouting? Miss Tamora. Calm down, you're hyperventilating. I heard there was a murder and I've been looking all over for you. And you were worried about me. I just... You hugged Miss Tamura tightly as you're overcome with emotion. She's usually not receptive to affection, but you don't care. You're just relieved that she is safe. Tyrion, there you are. And you're crying. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you so much. We heard the announcement. Do you know what happened, Ruby? I do, but... You see Miss Tamura glance at Wallace for a brief moment. For now, I think we should head to the foyer. I mean, given the case's image on the chapter or case select screen, yeah, it's safe to say we've got our defendant with us right now. You arrive at the foyer and see the room swarmed with a legion of familiar knights. Is that the Inquisition? Don't tell me. The headmaster mentioned that there was a murder on campus. Someone used magic. Hey, you there. Oh, hi, Commander White. Good to see you again. As you enter the foyer, Commander White notices you and begins marching in your direction. But his attention isn't focused on you. Uh-huh? Are you Wallace Nightgrave? Yes, but... By the authority of the Wyvern Guard Crown, I'm placing you under arrest. Hey, what are you doing? You three. The hell are you doing here? You said he was under arrest. On what charges? This kid is charged with the murder of Catherine Bellwether. What? Wasn't that the professor you met in the library earlier? Like hell you're arresting him. He was with us in the library for the entire morning. There's no way he could have murdered her. Move aside, Celeste. But, Miss Tamura is right. If Wallace is a suspect, we can't stop the Inquisition from arresting him. No. Don't worry, Wallace. We'll get to the bottom of what happened. Will we? Yeah, we will. Without a word, Wallace allows the Inquisition to drag him away. My apologies. I'm going to go check on him. Okay. This is terrible. I still don't understand. Why would they suspect Wallace of all people? I'm not sure myself. Unlike most magical homicides, this school is filled with plenty of mages. There has to be a long list of suspects. Isn't there anything we can do? I'm going to investigate what happened. Cuthbert? Yes? He hasn't accepted you as his attorney yet. You don't even know if you'll be working this case. But I know that he's innocent. I just can't sit here and do nothing. Well, I clearly can't stop you, so... But please remember that being an attorney is your job. It's not charity work. Don't come crying to me if you run out of gold. Right. Anyways, I've I still have business to take care of in the city. Will you two be okay handling this? Yes, we'll take care of this. Good. I'll leave everything to you then. Alright, let's go, Celeste. Right. Thank you, game, for giving me an opportunity to save. I don't know why I'm using only one file, but If it works, don't change anything, right? Yeah, I'm gonna regret this if the file corrupts or something. It's been a few hours since Wallace was arrested. You and Celeste were with him during the lockdown, so the Inquisition had to take your statements. But the more they questioned you, the more you could tell they had doubts about your testimony. You will need to do more if you want to establish an alibi for Wallace. That took longer than expected. We've already lost a lot of time talking to the Inquisition, but we should be free to roam around now. Where should we go first? The crime scene sounds like a good start, but we still need to figure out what actually happened. Ruby said that the body was discovered in Lecture Hall 2B. It's in the west wing of the school. Alright, that seems like a good place to start. Well, no place to go except the crime scene. Hey, stop right there. As you try to enter the classroom, you're stopped by one of the Inquisition Knights. I'm the defense attorney for the accused. We have a right to investigate the crime scene. Yeah, from what I've heard, the kid doesn't have an attorney yet. Right, you haven't been able to talk to Wallace about that yet. It's quite alright. Let them in. Miss Steelwind, good to see you again, too. Lady Steelwind, do not call me that. While you work under me, you will address me as Prosecutor Steelwind. Yep. Yes, Prosecutor Steelwind. Ugh, what's that smell? Well, given the residue over by the outline, I'd say blood. Oh, no. A sour and rancid odor, apparently. Sulfur? The stench is so overwhelming that your eyes begin to tear up. Oh, don't worry. You'll eventually get used to the smell. What are you even doing here, Steelwind? I'm here to coordinate the investigation. Right, because the Inquisition is, incompetent. You look around the crime scene, there isn't a single Inquisition Knight in the room. I mean, after last case, I wouldn't trust them either. Isn't that the Inquisition's job? Due to the circumstances, I've decided to handle this case personally. Well, since we've got you here, could we ask you some questions about what happened? Can I assume that you're planning to defend in this case? That would make you my opponent. What do I have to gain from helping you? The truth? Right. However, I would be willing to answer your questions, but only if you answer some of mine as well. Oh, okay. What could she possibly want to ask you? Miss McCoy, it's my understanding that you were adopted. Would you happen to know who your birth parents are? Hey, isn't that too personal a question? You agreed to answer my questions, didn't you? But I didn't think you meant... It's fine, Tyrion. I'm fine with answering, if it helps Wallace. I don't know who my birth parents are. I've never tried looking for them. I see. If I recall correctly, your spell compendium only contained one spell. Considering your upbringing, how did you learn Mage Blade in the first place? I bought a scroll from a merchant a few years ago. It had Mage Blade's spell formula on it. But I know more than one spell now. I actually just learned a few new spells today. I'm sorry, spells? As in plural? How long did it take you to learn these spells? A few hours, I think. She learned multiple spell formulas within a few hours. Oh. As with Ace Attorney, it seems we've got a prodigy for our defendant. Or assistant, sorry. She was the defendant last case. What was that just now? I see. Well, I think that's all I need to ask for now. Okay. She's sharing information about the investigation for that, of all things. Why is she so interested in Celeste all of a sudden? I mean, she is a mage. Okay, what about that rancid smell? Ugh, I can't take it anymore. That smell is driving me crazy. What is that? From what I understand, there was a bit of an accident a few days ago. It happened during one of the classes that the headmaster was teaching. He misread the instructions for an alchemy experiment. Oh, I see where this is going. And as a result, he accidentally produced this rancid-smelling vapor. Vapor? It's not poisonous, is it? Of course not. I wouldn't be standing here if it were. It's just extremely unpleasant to the senses. Foul classroom smell has been added to your notes. Can I remove that from my notes? I don't want my notes to stink. The murder. Do you know what happened here, Steelwind? Well, it all began when the City Watch received a call from the Academy. Supposedly, there was an attack on campus grounds and the entire building was put on lockdown. The City Watch set up a perimeter around the building while they watched, while they waited for the system to deactivate. What? Couldn't the Academy have let them in once the scene was secure? I'm not sure about the specifics, but supposedly the lockdown can't be shut down manually. You'll have to ask one of the Academy's admins if you want to know more. Anyways, you two were present during the lockdown, am I correct? Did either of you see anything suspicious? Well, Miss Ilmater did a few things that I'm really not sure about, but okay. But no, they didn't notice anything as far as we're aware. If she was still alive, then right. I see, that does match the accounts from other witnesses. Do you have any idea where she went after she left the library? Well, evidently she came here. The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, take it up with him. I'll have you know I was on my way to do just that. She said she was going to meet with the headmaster. He also mentioned that when I questioned him, she attended the meeting as planned. If the headmaster met with Bellwether, you'll probably want to speak with him next. She must have found her way into this classroom afterward. would you happen to have a map of the Academy? I do. I have extra copies if you'd like one. What is it? There's only one direct path from the headmaster's office to this lecture hall. But I wonder if she took any detours. Imperial Academy map. Added to my now very stinky notes. Do you know how the body was discovered? I don't know if my knuckle cracking will pop up in the recording itself. Whoops. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't be doing that at all, but oh well. 2 members of the Academy staff spotted her collapsed in this room. They reported the situation to the campus admin while they attempted to save her life. But it was too late. The professor had already passed. There's 2 staff members who were there. I believe their names were Valentina and Valerie Ianis. They're apparently sisters. Orem was the one who collected their statements. Ooh, multiple witnesses. Yay! Did he notice anything off about her behavior? Wait. Log. I said her, I meant, and the text says there. Whoops. And their behavior. Right. 2 of them. How did I screw that up? From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious. Quirks? He told me they were running and spinning around him during the questioning. What does that mean? I'm going to guess it's literal. I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their coworker murdered. You'll definitely want to speak to those staff members. Okay, who discovered the body has been added to your notes, which still stink from the alchemical compound. We've already told the Inquisition this, but Wallace was with us the entire time. He couldn't have committed the murder. Yeah, he has a perfect alibi. Strong, maybe, but his alibi is far from perfect. Miss McCoy herself told us that. There was a small time period when she wasn't with him. What? Right, it was when I came to check on you after you knocked over that shelf. I got a little lost on my way back to Wallace, but still, we only lost each other for a few minutes. That may be, but unless his alibi is airtight, the evidence in this room proves that it was him. What do you mean? It will be easier to explain once you examine it yourself. I mean, yeah. Oh, Tyrion, I almost forgot. Since this is our first official case together, I wanted to show you something that I learned. Okay, what is it?
Arcane.
That. Yeah. The voice acting's pretty good. It doesn't come up very often, but it's good. Well, what was that? That was the incantation for the Detect Magic spell. Detect Magic? Wait, does that mean... Yep, we can see. magical traces while we're examining the crime scenes now. Also, anything magical in the room will now be glowing. So, if you have any magic items, now's the time to find them. Or, yeah. Detect magic. Your bodyguard Celeste can now cast Detect Magic while examining a location. Press Detect Magic to make magical traces visible. If there are any magical traces at your location, you'll see a colored overlay. Okay, exactly like Pathfinder in D&D. I see this game's influences, and I love it.
Prepario Arcanum!
Okay, so there's a puddle here, presumably from the alchemical mistake, and then there's the corpse. There's a trace of illusion magic next to the body. Oh, so it's not from the alchemical residue. We believe that the suspect donned an illusory disguise immediately after murdering the victim. Using his disguise, he discreetly made his way back to the library unnoticed. I think it's the other way around. I think he was disguised when the murder... I think the murderer was disguised when the murder occurred. Assuming that Wallace isn't the murderer, the real killer might have used a similar disguise, which means that no one would have seen them leave this classroom. It's harder to find any witnesses that saw the perpetrator. What? What's wrong? There's a trace of necromancy on this body. Necromancy? Isn't necromancy the type of magic that creates undead? Ah, yes. My favorite school of magic, when I'm not casting Fireball constantly. So, she's not just going to get up and walk away, right? We're honestly not sure. That's part of the reason why I've stationed myself here. I mean, the other part's because the guards are woefully incompetent, but okay. Let's keep going. But what does that have to do with Wallace? But okay is becoming my catchphrase. I don't like that. I've gotta stop. Oh, you didn't know? Wallace Nightgrave is a necromancer. Yeah, we knew that already. Or at least the player did. He's a what? We believe that he drained her life force completely using a necromancy spell. That's why there's no visible wounds. Here's the autopsy report. It will tell you everything that you will need to know. Autopsy report has been added to your notes. But in the modern age, even the Inquisition doesn't commonly deal with necromancy. They're all on edge about what other spells he might have used. So I'm here to make sure that nothing unholy happens to the body. Isn't necromancy always unholy? It's just that type of magic. You can't believe it. You've heard stories of necromancers before. But why would Wallace do something like that? But even if Wallace is a necromancer, aren't there plenty of mages who can cast necromancy spells? And on that note, next time on this blind Let's Play of Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, we will be following up on necromancy. See you then.